Okay, let's dive into this explainer. I want you to just imagine for a second the heavy, rhythmic sound of rain falling all around you in a deep, misty green forest. Today, we're exploring the incredible survival odyssey of the silverback gorilla. But we're not doing this as distant observers. No, we're putting you right in the very center of the rainforest. We're walking through a beautifully illustrated, heritage-style documentary experience that really digs into the silverback legacy. You aren't just going to hear a list of facts today. You're personally stepping into the wild. You're going to live across those foggy mountains in deep jungles to experience what it literally means to live your life as a wild gorilla.
You hold tightly to your mother's fur. Your journey starts exactly there. See, you aren't just watching a wildlife show right now, you are living it. Picture this. As a newborn gorilla, you weigh barely 4 pounds. That's it. You are completely helpless, deep inside a dense, incredibly dangerous wilderness. From this very second, you are personally experiencing every single moment of survival, the fear, and the absolute incredible strength it takes to make it from the very beginning.
Section 1. Birth in the Mist. Total Vulnerability.
Your entire life journey really breaks down into 4 distinct eras. We've got the completely dependent months of infancy, the highly curious, exploring years of childhood, the heavy, leading decades of adulthood, and finally, your final seasons out in the wild.
Section 2. Learning the jungle's rules. Let's move on and see how this builds.
To survive out here, there are specific, mechanical skills you absolutely must master, step by step. Step 1. Observing the troop. You're carefully watching the older gorillas, right? You're trying to figure out their sounds, their body language, and that super complex social hierarchy that keeps the whole family together. Then, step 2 is foraging for food. You've got to discover the exact vegetation that will sustain your growing body, which, by the way, as an adult, can mean putting away up to 40 pounds of food every single day. Think about that. And step 3 is nest building. Actually, fun fact for you, gorillas literally build a brand new nest every single day to ward off pests and predators. It's wild. And alongside all these steps, you're constantly play fighting with your siblings. Now, it might look like just a rough and tumble game to us, but that play is slowly, crucially, making you physically stronger. It's preparing you for the harsh reality of the wild.
Section 3. Surviving the harsh wilderness, danger, and struggle. So, your life basically becomes a tale of 2 absolute extremes. On one hand, you've got the deep, emotional warmth of your family troop. It's safe, it's comforting, and it represents the love that keeps you going. But on the other hand, you are slammed with the cold, brutal reality of the outside world. We're talking aggressive rival guerrilla groups, devastating environmental storms, and the downright terrifying threat of poachers. Now, what's really interesting about this setup is how your daily existence becomes a constant, exhausting tightrope walk, balancing right between these 2 extreme realities.
Because the pressures out there in the wild, they are relentless. You're dealing with hunger, disease, and really painful physical injuries from climbing or fighting. Plus, you have rival groups constantly encroaching on your territory. Add human poachers and severe storms battering the forest canopy to the mix, and well, it's intense. You aren't just existing out there. You are constantly fighting against a world that is actively trying to tear down your home. You really start to feel the heavy emotional toll of simply trying to stay alive every single day.
Section 4. The Weight of Leadership.
And this brings us to chest beating. Now, we often think of this as just some cinematic trope from the movies, right? But for you as a gorilla, it's a massive responsibility. So the crucial point here is that it's an aggressive dominance display, and it's actually your primary tool to draw fire away from your family. You use this vital communication tool to defend your territory and shield your troop from imminent danger. You willingly step directly into the line of fire just to keep them safe. It's incredible.
Stepping into leadership means pairing these major life events with an incredible amount of emotional weight. Surviving intense territorial conflicts with rival gorillas, that leaves you with actual physical scars and a permanently heightened sense of vigilance. You experience the absolute crushing pain of losing loved ones to the harshness of the wild. But alongside that heavy grief, you also experience the incredible, tender emotional victory of raising new infants and guiding your family through long migrations. Every single physical victory, every near-death experience, and every painful loss carries this profound emotional weight that permanently shapes exactly who you are as a leader.
You are this silverback. Their survival rests entirely on your massive shoulders. This right here is the absolute core of your existence now. The emotional burden,
The sheer exhaustion and the incredible resilience required of you are just staggering. You face down predators, you endure injuries, and you navigate constant danger. And you don't do it for your own glory, not at all. You do it simply because your troop depends on you to live to see another day.
Section 5. The Final Seasons. Old Age.
Now, there's a really poignant role reversal here that honestly feels incredibly human. Remember in the past? You now rely on the very troop you once protected. As you physically slow down in your old age, your survival and your comfort depend entirely on those deep emotional bonds you spent decades forging. The family you raised, those tiny infants you once shielded from storms and rival groups, well, they're full grown now, and they are the ones caring for you. It brings the story of your life completely full circle, right there in the heart of the jungle.
You've lived through fear, you've battled through struggle, you've made incredible sacrifices, and you've experienced immense family love. So as the jungle claims you back, ask yourself, what legacy does your troop carry forward? Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through this explainer. I want you to really think about what your legacy would be deep in the mist of the rainforest.